Hello, you guys, and welcome back to the Call You in 5 podcast. My name is McKenna. I'm one of your co-hosts, and I'm so excited to be here with you today. It's funny, I started this podcast and immediately feel a little bit breathless, and that's because I am 6.5 months pregnant, and I feel like I am literally winded anytime I do anything. And I don't know why I am winded already just talking, apparently. I don't know. But today I'm really excited for the episode because we're dabbling a little bit on a topic that we've already talked about in the past, but we're bringing it back and kind of reliving it in a different way because I feel like it's a really good thing to hit on. And yesterday I heard the title of this episode, which you've probably already seen, but I heard that and I was like, that is not a new concept, but it just hit me that it resonated with me, I guess you could say, yesterday. And I was like, that is a concept I want to talk more about on the podcast. So here we are today. We're going to talk about win your mornings and you're going to win the rest of your day. If you miss your morning, you're going to probably miss the rest of your day. I feel like your morning routine or your morning, just how you start your morning, it sets the stage for the rest of the day. And I think oftentimes in the busy hustle culture world that we live in, so many of us miss the mornings and then we're just frantic and flustered for the rest of the day. So let's talk about how we can win our mornings in order to win the rest of the day. I am not talking to you guys, I'm talking with you because these are all topics and things that I can also improve on. They're things that I've been constantly trying to improve on because I have noticed how well a morning routine sets up the rest of my day for success. And obviously having a toddler and being pregnant, obviously every single morning is a little bit different because sometimes we wake up earlier than others. And, I pretty much have to be going when my toddler is going. And, some mornings I wake up with a headache or I'm sick or whatever because I'm pregnant. And so those mornings are just a little bit different too. But for the most part, we're going to talk about overall arching mornings. Okay. So the first thing that I want to chat about is embracing the early hours, which can be so hard because for me lately, I feel like I've been needing as much sleep as I can possibly get. I'm naturally a morning person. I naturally wake up between 5 and 6 when I'm not pregnant. But when I am pregnant, I feel like I've been sleeping 10 or more hours. I nap during the day. I have to sleep in. I'm just tired. I'm tired all the time. I'm slowly approaching my 3rd trimester. I'm almost there. Cannot believe it. But the closer I get, the more exhausted I am. So I definitely have noticed that. But I also have noticed that when I get up before my toddler or I get up earlier in the morning, even if it's just 15 minutes before, I feel like that grounding moment of being able to just have some decompression time, again, setting the stage for the rest of the day is really important. And it can be difficult predicting what time she's going to get up. But as humans, we are creatures of habit, which should not be news to you. I feel like we all know it. But when we're a kid, there is so many routines that we stick to just naturally. And as we get older, I feel like with the chaos of life, those routines slowly slip away. My daughter wakes up every single morning between, honestly, right around 7:30. She's pretty much up at 7:30, which I know I'm very lucky. That's considered quote unquote sleeping in for a toddler because my sister's kids get up at 5, the crack of dawn. But for me, Lila wakes up around 7:30ish, give or take 5 to 10 minutes. And so I'm kind of able to prepare for that. And every single night around her bedtime, she starts to get tired, a little bit fussy. Every single day around her nap time, she starts to get tired, a little bit fussy, and she needs her nap. So creatures of habit, right? We start that way. And if we can kind of bring that back in as an adult, okay, leads me back into my first topic. If we can embrace those early hours, it doesn't have to be the 5 a.m. girly, right? No. If you have to be to work at 9 and you usually leave the house at 8:30, and say you get up at 8, I don't know, that might be a quick one, whatever. But if you can get up 15 minutes early and squeeze in something that is going to ground you, your morning coffee, a daily devotional, or a journaling for 15 minutes, and you add that in, I know that with intention and setting intention in the morning, it's going to shape the rest of your day. So that's all I'm trying to say. If you can embrace those earlier hours, just a little bit earlier than you want to get up and add something in that is going to help you feel fulfilled for the rest of your day. Even if it's making your bed, like we've talked about this in the last time I talked about morning routines, how to be a morning person. Making your bed is going to give you that first little boost of, I accomplished something today. Or if you're a checklist type of person, write a to-do list in your phone, quote unquote to-do list, just like your morning routine. And then you can check it off as you go, and it'll kind of give you that little sense of satisfaction of accomplishment before the day even gets going. And once you're like accomplishing things, all of a sudden you're like, yeah, I can do one more task. Yeah, I can do one more thing, you know? I like to get my workout in first thing in the morning because I feel accomplished right after. It's been very hard during pregnancy because the last like several weeks, I haven't been sick, but I've been having just weird pregnancy symptoms. I've been head congestion, a lot of headaches that come around like 8:30 in the morning. And so I haven't been able to work out like I normally do because my head is just throbbing. So it's kind of thrown off my routine a little bit, but I crave it and I miss it and I want to get back into it. So hopefully we can figure this out soon because I love that sense of accomplishment first thing in the morning. Establishing a routine for a morning can be kind of hard, especially when you don't already have a routine and you write down this list of things and you're like, I want to do a morning journal, coffee, make my bed, do my hair, do my skincare routine, do my makeup, like the whole whatever morning routine is that you're wanting to do. It can seem very overwhelming. And if you're already like not doing any of those things and say you wake up at 8 to leave for work at 8:30 and you're like, oh my gosh, what do I have to get up an hour earlier? No, pick like one or two items that you want to add in for the next week and wake up 10 minutes earlier, or like track it back from when you need to leave your house. So if you need 15 minutes to shower, you need 15 minutes to do something with your hair, 15 minutes to do your makeup, that's 45 minutes that you know you need in order to get out of the house on time. So if you have to leave at 8:30, then your routine could be getting up and out of bed at 7:30 and you don't want to hit snooze, right? So kind of backtracking that and figuring out what you want your morning routine to be. You don't have to add it all in at once, but just adding one or two things for a couple weeks. And then when you're ready to tackle more, add in another thing. And as you start to create that routine or that habit, it will set in and it will just be like second nature because again, we are creatures of habit and it takes a little bit to build that routine or build that habit. But once you build it, it feels weird when you skip it. So establish a morning routine that you love and you're excited to wake up for. And that again, going to set the stage for the rest of the day. If you win your morning, you're going to win the rest of your day. I promise. Prioritizing self-care can be a little bit of a challenge sometimes. I know for me, it's hard to prioritize myself and prioritize my self-care. It doesn't necessarily just have to be like workouts and skincare. Something that you enjoy doing, something that you crave doing, that you're passionate about, that can also be self-care. Something that fills your cup is also self-care. And if you can sprinkle a little bit of that in the morning in some way, whether you're driving to work and you're listening to a podcast that really like inspires you or fulfills your soul or whatever. Those are great things that you can start to incorporate in your morning in order to like inspire you and get you excited for the day, excited to wake up. Maybe you're driving to work with your morning cup of coffee, or in my case, it'd be like a chai latte. You're listening to your favorite podcast. That would be something that would make driving to work so much more enjoyable, especially if I'm going to be sitting in traffic for a half hour or whatever it may be. That can be a form of self-care. Booking your workouts ahead of time on like Saturday or Sunday night, booking your workouts for the week, that can be a form of self-care. Self-care is basically like showing up for yourself. Dedication, determination, showing up for yourself even when you don't want to. It's kind of showing yourself respect a little bit, in a way, I guess you could say. But self-care can be a lot of things, and you just kind of have to figure out what that is for you. I know for me, I love at night when I do my skincare and I get in bed and I wear my red light mask. And then I just allow myself to watch a TV show, scroll on my phone, whatever I feel like doing during that time that I'm wearing my face mask. And it's guilt-free, like guilt-free. I don't have to feel bad about quote unquote wasting time. That is my me time. And it just feels really good. It's kind of like my self-care at night after Leela goes to bed. setting intentions is another form of a way that we can set ourselves up for success in the morning. If you I know like Cassie has an intention or like a word for the year. You could also set just an intention for like your mornings, or like a word or an intention for your week. It doesn't have to be like a whole year theme. That can kind of seem a little bit daunting, but I think that that's a really good thing to set like a word or an intention for your year. But you can also have like little words or intentions that you want to set for the week. And when you wake up in the morning, the things that you do, incorporate that word. Also, it could be setting intention for your day, for your morning. So the night before, intentionally, we're sitting down and we're writing out what we have planned today, or let's see if that makes sense. So you're sitting down the night before the day that you're thinking about and planning, and writing down your to-do list, writing out what you have to do, what you're going to do first thing when you wake up. And it makes it so much easier to wake up in the morning when you know exactly what to do. You're not running around mindlessly, and you have your to-do list in front of you. Maybe you have your workout outfit laid out. When you intentionally prep for the next day or the next morning, it is tremendously going to transform your life, and it's going to make your day, again, set your morning up, or set your day up for success. You're going to win your morning, you're going to win your day. We're all coming back to that, like winning our morning, winning our day. I talked about this in our morning routine episode, or like becoming a morning person, is gratitude. I have talked about this a million times, but the 5-minute journal is something that I love filling out every single morning. And it's a great way to just bring gratitude in. Like think about the things that you're grateful for, that you're excited about, because sometimes, I know for me lately, I've been a lot in my head about comparison, or where I quote unquote think I should be, or what I should have done, or what I should accomplish, or should have already accomplished. I've just been in my head a lot about that. And writing in that 5-minute journal, just some things that I'm grateful for, kind of grounds me and brings me back to the present, and makes me realize all of the things that I have to be grateful for. And don't underestimate gratitude. I think that that is so important, and something that we should do more often. Not even just in the mornings. Like, we could do it in the morning, we could do it at lunch, we can practice gratitude at any point. Sometimes when I'm like running or working out and I don't want to be doing what I'm doing, I just think of like a running list of things that I'm thankful for, and it kind of helps me get through it. A little bit cliche, but that is some things that I've done. Like, I think I was timing my mile one time when I was running, and I was like, I just want to stop. I don't want to do this. I kind of get competitive with myself, and I wanted to beat my last time. And I just started like running through things that I was thankful for. And it was a great way for me to get through the longest mile of my life, or at least it felt like that. Lastly, I want to touch on staying present. I kind of touched a little bit on it in the last one, in gratitude. It kind of brings us back to the present moment. But I think oftentimes we're so wrapped up in the past and so wrapped up in the future that the morning kind of becomes a blur, or kind of becomes a rushed whatever, like just a rushed morning when we're running out of the house or whatever, because we're stressed out about what's going to happen later that day. We're stressed out about what happened the day before. But try to remain present in the moment in the morning. Present in the moment in the morning. To just ground yourself. Like, we just live in a very hustle culture. I'm very guilty of it. I'm like always trying to hustle, grow, grind. And sometimes I forget to be present. And I think having a toddler and having a morning that is more about her than it is about me and what I want to accomplish in the morning sometimes grounds me a little bit more, because I'm on her schedule. It's like kind of more slow paced. I make her breakfast. It's kind of, I read her a book. I just feel like more present doing those kinds of things, rather than when I didn't have a toddler. I would wake up in the morning and I would get right to work. But it's nice just having those moments of just calm, make my breakfast, scramble some eggs, whatever, and just being present in the moment, hearing the sounds around you, the smells, what you're feeling, your emotions, if you're anxious, whatever, feeling them, being present. Anyway, so that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today, was more drilling in on mornings. I feel like Mornings are so important because they really do lead to success for the rest of the day. And your mood in the morning and what you're doing in the morning really determines how you're going to feel for the rest of the day. So hopefully you took something away from this. If you guys got anything out of this, or if you want to add anything to it, let us know, especially if you're here on YouTube. Like, you can comment, we can chat with you. But yeah, if you're new, make sure you subscribe. Make sure that you're following us on any platform that you get your podcast on. We're also on YouTube, and then on Call You in 5 on Instagram. You can find us there and follow us there. And that is all. We will call you next week. Bye.